I was listening to this episode, How to Call Upon Angels with Ella Ringrose and Amrit Sandhu. She talks about how she will call upon the out of work angels.
I think that helps to actually bring clarity to yourself about what you want.
And feeling trusting that my angels heard me and they're going to help me.
Love it when the truth comes out.
Welcome to Love Always Self. I'm Shyra.
Hi, y'all. I'm Karista, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Love Always Self. Hello again, virtually.
Hello. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, my love?
Oh, doing well today. How about yourself?
I am doing pretty good. It's been a heck of a week.
Mm-hmm. It has. It's been so busy this week.
So busy this week. It's interesting because this week has had more of that energy of like get ish done, but on a very rapid scale. It's just like back.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like accomplishment. It feels just like a little chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as you get one thing off your plate, there's like another 3 things.
Dude, amen. I know.
So it doesn't feel like there's been room to breathe.
It's like, where are you coming from? Stop it.
I don't know. You're just like batting them all away.
I swear. Sometimes I look at my cell phone and I'm like, I'm gonna turn you off. I'm gonna turn you off. Just keep it up.
Do it.
I know.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Double dog dare you. Oh my gosh. No, for real. For 100%. It has been a little interesting. But
you're being so nice with the word choice. Interesting.
It's been interesting. It's been interesting. It has. It's been chaotic as shit. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Love it when the truth comes out.
It's been bonkers. But trying my best to stay centered, and practice the things. I've actually was talking to a friend earlier today, and she was feeling the same amount of energy that I think you and I have been experiencing this week. And she was like, I swear I've meditated more this week than I have in a very long time. And I'm like, that's good, right? I think that really does help. What I've actually started implementing is on my way to work, I'll do this thing where I'm going, like a really deep vibrational, you know what I'm saying? Like to just help calm the nervous system down.
Yeah. Like self-soothing kind of.
Yeah, it actually works, honestly.
I wonder how close to the sound of being in the womb that is.
I do wonder. Yeah. I don't remember that. So
no. Not even from a past life regression?
No, I have not experienced the birth. In a PLR.
Only the other end of the circle.
A lot of deaths. A lot of death experiences, but not birth experiences. So.
That's funny.
I know. Now I'm like, that'll be interesting. Interesting. Oh, speaking of interesting, today's topic. Whew. I'm going to jump in because I was on my way to my therapist appointment and I was listening to this episode on YouTube from a channel that I've never actually listened to before. I like to call these those divinely guided moments. And the episode is called How to Call Upon Angels with Ella Ringrose. And it's on, and we'll link everything below, but it's on, I hope I'm not butchering your name, sir. I'm so sorry. Amrit Sandhu. So anyway, I was listening to this episode and she talks about how she will call upon the quote unquote out of work angels. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And the more I listen to it, and she gives a lot of really helpful tips because he actually asks her, like, how do you do this? And so I reiterated it in a little bit of a way because after my session, I went straight home with this on my mind and I wrote the first sentence down. So I'm going to give that to our audience because and you could just, cater it to however you need to. But I said, I'm giving permission and calling in the unemployed and then I put in parentheses, literally, not really, laugh out loud, angels that with the greatest respect and love and gratitude to help me with the below. And she encourages that even if it sounds silly, because a lot of us may tend to feel like, oh, they're probably really busy with other important things, like this, like
minimizing the importance of our needs and wants and desires for this life.
Exactly. And our guides have told us this, especially like in some of our previous channeling sessions and stuff like that. They need your permission. They do not want to interact. They do not want to interfere, not interact, but interfere with anything that is part of your free will, right? They are guided by you asking for the help and always, providing that request to them. Sorry, I'm like, words are just bleh today. So giving them permission, calling them in. You can say this out loud. You can write it down. Obviously, writing it down is really helpful. And then create a to-do list for the unemployed angels that are just waiting and so excited to help us whenever we ask. And that's amazing. So I wrote a list.
Yes.
And you wrote a list.
Just now. It's funny because you gave me this homework like a couple weeks ago and among other topics that we discussed, but you gave this task to me and I think I was experiencing some level of resistance towards it. And I think that has to do with maybe the struggle of asking people for help.
Yeah.
Like I had some of these thoughts go through my head about like, well, I should be strong enough and I should be able to do this on my own. And is it weakness? And not that I think that asking for help is weakness. I think it's actually a strength. But there's this level of ego that I think got in the way, as well as what you said already about, well, I don't want to take up somebody's time if it's not that important, and really decreasing the level of importance that, we hold for ourselves. And like I said, our needs and our wants and our desires. So yes, you helped me create the space today.
She was like, am I going to make this list right now? I was like, yep, right now. I'm going to pivot over to this other thing that I'm working on and you do it right now.
Now, granted, like I'll admit, like the past couple of weeks, it feels like there hasn't been a whole lot of downtime also to sit quietly for, 15, 20 minutes to really contemplate this and write this out. So I will give myself a little bit of grace in that level or that front. So, all right.
Absolutely. Well, and I think honestly, this is the brilliant part of this list, right? It doesn't have to be the deepest thing. It doesn't have to be make it exactly what you need help with. Like I would like my unemployed angel to help me with, I don't know, getting my laundry done easier, or like very simple, to-dos.
Making sure the dishwasher actually cleans the dishes.
Right. Is that on your list?
No.
Now I'm just excited because we're going to share our list. Now, obviously, there's some things on my list that are deeply personal that I'm not going to share, so I'm going to skip those. But I'll share mine, and Kari will share hers, and maybe this will give you a little bit of freedom within feeling to do your own.
Yeah, and again, like I admit, I struggled with that feeling of freedom to do it, to ask, to request this. Because and a level, like for me, like I also went through like this also feels a little selfish, and that's part of, I think one of my life lessons is getting over this fear of being selfish.
Oh, I think it's a lot of people's life lessons, on top of patience and all.
I was going to say patience.
Fun things. And I want to also, and maybe you go first because I want to actually say what happened with mine.
Oh yeah.
Because mine was written a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Since mine were just written 20 minutes ago, nothing's happened that
Stay
I'm aware of.
tuned.
Yeah. So giving examples so people can again get creative with these requests. So first one, provide me I'm not going to say angel 1, angel 2, angel 3. You can just assume that that's who I'm speaking to. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
All right. Provide me with the means to reach financial freedom with a large safety net.
That's always a good one.
Mm-hmm,
That's always a good one.
Assist with my confidence to be who I am and be what I need for myself, setting boundaries with others and saying no, or at least pausing to evaluate my feelings.
That's beautiful.
Assist with my organization at home and in life and reduce the feeling of chaos.
Oh, get it,
That speaks
Tiger.
today. Yeah. Yeah. Help to relieve the feeling of being burdened by others' people's needs and desires.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good one.
Because I am a yes person and sometimes you need to be a no person.
Yeah.
So help me with that, angels.
See previous episode. Say
Oh,
no.
yeah, we did. We did. Why is it so hard to say no? Help me travel and see the world.
Yeah.
As I make decisions that change the direction or course of my life, provide a detailed map of potential outcomes and consequences so I can make a more aware and confident decision.
Wow. That's a good one.
And final one that I'll share is help me in building and creating a garden that flourishes and grows in abundance.
That's fantastic. Oh, yes. The gardening.
Mm-hmm.
I should definitely add that one to my list. Help motivate me to even start the freaking garden.
Throw seeds in there for me, angels.
Throw seeds in there for me.
Can you water it for me too?
Allow the magic to appear of a cucumber. Poof.
Help make these tomato plants behind me grow tomatoes.
Oh, poor baby tomato plant. You got this. So funny.
I water it. I water it. I pat myself on the back for getting to that. Doing that.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic list though. All right, so when she referenced the angel numbers, that's how we wrote them down, right? Angel 1, do this. Angel 2, take this one, right? So I'll go through my list now. Motivation and creativity to create the vlog for YouTube. Stay tuned for that. It's a work in progress.
Thanks, Angel.
Thanks, Angel. And abundance in YouTube subscribers to the Love Always Self podcast. And helping me with creating topics that our audience is in most need of.
I love that.
Help with Webster, my puppy. Webster's health and best diet solutions to keep him young, in energy, and happy. And then I have guardian against entities that are not living in a place of love and light, and help them transmute back to love and light. And I'm going to pause on that part right there. Why? Because I literally drove 15 minutes to my therapy session listening to this episode. And then I had it stuck in my head. I even talked to her about it. And I come back home and I write the list down. And as soon as I was done writing that particular angel request, I received a text message from her that gave me step-by-step how-to guides to clear negative entities, which was wild. I honestly was like,
ask and you shall receive.
Right. Because her and I did not discuss that during our session as far as her providing that kind of information or anything of that nature. So the fact that it just like dawned on her, and this is the texture, the richness of asking,
making this list,
and to asking whether it's your guides or the angels or a loved one, they're all here to help us, right? From a dimension that we don't physically see with our existing eyes, right? Some people do. Good for them. And maybe it's not good for them. I don't know. That could be scary. But, either way, they do have these interactions, and these interactions can come in the forms of like a thought, right? And so sometimes, and because I know that, and because I've received these like random thoughts, like these really random creative sparks that seem to come out of absolutely nowhere. And I'm like, it's from my list. And it hits me right then and there that it's from my list, even though I've completely forgotten about this list at some point. Right. And that's them just doing the work, doing the magic that really just happens behind the scenes that we don't experience or we don't know that we're experiencing sometimes. And it's just enticing and it's fun and it makes me feel happy and it gives me gratitude, which is so much of that angelic presence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic. So, of course, I went to protection from insects in my house and reducing the bugs that are unwanted in my home. Because, man, summer here has taken a different kind of a turn when it comes to insects coming indoors. So,
That is funny.
and I've had a couple of scares. Well, lo and behold, the very next day, I got a notification that my pest control was coming. And I'm like, is this real? That is wild. Just
And like
wild.
the pest control had been there recently, had done a
Yes.
terrible job, and now like they were rectifying a situation.
Right. And we had not concluded on the day or anything.
Yeah. And you
And
didn't even know that they were going to come back out.
nope, I did
And it
not.
was the manager.
Yeah. And it was the manager, and he did a ridiculously good job. And I have not had a single bug in my home ever since.
Amazing.
I know. And he even talked to me about the person that was here prior and what was happening there, and all the things were completely like rectified as far as like the bad scenario that I had happen before.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like blown away by that. Let's see. I also said help us find ways to monetize our podcast because Carrie and I use our day job funds to pay for said podcast. Allow this influence to come easily and without blockages.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, what is something you and I received as a gift from this angel? And that was the gift of our previous episode where I stumbled upon a video literally talking about understanding the waiting room, which is going to help because we're feeling blockages. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is another one of those moments where it's like, drop your expectations on how you're going to receive
I love
the
that. Yeah.
responses to this, you know?
That's so important.
Right. Because I didn't expect that to come in the form of, well, have you thought about what your blockage is or why it's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like, what's the root
What's the
cause?
root cause? Exactly. So I didn't think of that. I thought of the egoic version of it's just going to magically disappear and we're just going to magically get monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the the movie version, I'm going to call it.
Mm-hmm. The fairy tale version.
The movie version. So anyway, so such a fun thing to do, honestly. What are your thoughts?
I like writing this because it feels like writing intentions. So
Yes.
even at a even while we're trying or asking for assistance with the angels, it's still also lighting a fire within us, as well as playing into the idea of manifestation as well. So it's kind of like a threefold, three birds with one stone kind of thing
Yeah.
in a way. And so I like the power behind it and the feeling of writing it down and putting words to the feeling of what you want, because that was actually kind of hard for me, like working through, like, I know kind of what I want, but how do I write it down
Yeah.
in a way that like I'm communicating my wants to somebody else that's going to help me get them.
Absolutely. I
And
agree
so I
100%.
think that helps to actually bring clarity to yourself about what you want. Because, right, when you asked me or told me that I was going to write this list right now, you were like, well, you know what you want. And I was like, I don't know. Like, no, I don't. And so it makes you have to like go inward and really think about what it is that you want. And I have a feeling that this is like a rough draft.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised that I edit this or, make some adjustments or definitely add on maybe like double my list.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she totally says that in the video. She's like, yeah, I had 6 pages.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm only at like 1.5,
Yeah.
but still like that's still pretty good. But I love like the intention setting. And I love the idea that you write it down and you kind of let it go too. Like you
Yes.
forget about it, but still there's a level of delivery. And I think you're exactly right. Like you have to lower your expectations or let go of them altogether because so many times expectations actually get in the way of the surprises, of the receiving.
Yeah.
Expectation leads to disappointment.
One of my angel requests was to assist me in feeling more at ease and letting go of control. And just the exercise in doing the list by itself and then just dropping it like it's hot after doing it and feeling trusting that my angels heard me and they're going to help me and they're going to take care of that.
I
Right?
think that's a key point too, like a
Right.
key factor, like trusting and having faith
Yeah.
in the unseen.
Yeah. And
And
it's
go ahead.
difficult. We're
Yeah.
not programmed that way.
No.
So most of us.
We are programmed to like follow the data.
Yeah.
Many of us, not all of us,
I
but
believe it when I see it.
we look for the truth with our eyes
Mhm.
and not always with our hearts.
Yes. This one's I know, mic drop. Don't drop that mic.
But I love this practice. I would I think we're gonna have to like circle back around in a couple weeks and
Yep.
chat like what did we experience after writing this. You've experienced a little bit. I will wait and see.
Yeah, my favorite I think my favorite one that actually has made me laugh a little bit is the one for me asking for Webster's health and best diet solutions to keep him young and energy and happy because my Amazon Alexa lady, for those that might be having this on speaker, has decided to go a little rogue and is continuing, even though it's only supposed to happen once a month, where it tells me to give him his heartworm medication. It keeps telling me over and over again because his medication has ran out and I need to go get it refilled. But it doesn't know that. It was only supposed to remind me once
That's
a month, but
weird.
it just keeps happening every week. And I'm just like, okay.
It's your angel speaking through her.
I'm like, that's really interesting. You're not supposed to be doing that. And I looked on the app and everything, and it's completely only set for once a month. So
Weird.
I know. I was like,
Time to get
okay.
on it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Get it ordered.
Got it this week. We're good.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, good time. So and have fun with it. And one of the things that you said just a second ago is when you were thinking about the list and you're like, I'm not sure what I want to put on the list, right? I'm not clear on that. For those that might experience the same thing, just start with something ridiculously easy. As far as like, I need help getting my laundry done, and my
Not
vacuum.
financial freedom.
I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm just saying.
You said easy. I'm like, I don't know if that's easy.
I know. Yeah. So start with something more easy than that one.
If you're having trouble. But if you know something that you really want, just put it on paper.
Yeah. And definitely, I've definitely added to this list multiple times. So I am with you on that 100%. I keep adding to it, and every time I can think of something, I pull my phone out, and so like, and then there it goes. So
do you know what would be cool if we get to a point where we can cross off part of the list?
Yeah, no,
like, oh, that's been met.
Yeah, like I was like, oh cool, the Webster thing done, some creative ideas for the vlog. I actually just recently filmed cleaning out my closet, and I was like,
Nice.
and it helped motivate me to actually get to a task that I had been putting off for like 4 years. So so yeah, I was like, all right, that was a
That's
two birds.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this idea. I would love to hear if the audience tries this, if
Me
they
too.
experience receiving anything that they're asking for, like in what way. If you don't want to
Yes.
give like details about what you asked for, that's fine. I just want to know, like, did you receive what you asked for?
Oh, yes, please comment down below, send us a message. Oh, I'm excited. I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear that." So, amazing, amazing. Thanks everybody. This has been fun, unless we have anything else.
Nope. Don't forget to.
Oh, right. So, don't forget
We wanted more subscribers.
we did want more subscribers, and I almost forgot to tell you. See? That was an angel talking to you being like, "Hey girl, tell her to do that thing where you
And don't forget
subscribe,
to.
hit the
Yeah.
notification
Ding, ding.
bell." Jeez. I'm on it today, I swear. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the
Mhm.
notification bell, follow us for more juicy content, I'm sure. and
Two
we're
people, one brain.
2 people, 1 brain usually. I love that. We are also on tons of social media platforms. We have Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram,
TikTok, and
TikTok.
YouTube Shorts. We also have a website. It's lovealwaysself.com. You can check all of our podcast equipment out there. We've got a journal that we wrote, a gratitude journal. We also have all of our Oracle decks that we use when we use them. So go check that out, lovealwaysself.com. And I think that's it, right? Nothing else to plug, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Go ahead.
You go.
No, you first.
You go first.
No, you first. I was just going to say, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I was plugging a good time.
I was plugging in a good time, y'all. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And
don't forget to love first,
love last,
and love always.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, listener, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us in this moment. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to our next connection.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to stay notified of new content from Love Always Self. If you have any questions or topics you'd like for us to discuss, please hit us up on any of our social media platforms linked in the show notes below.
I'm Karista.
And I'm Shyra.
And until next time, remember to love first,
love last,
and love always. Love Always Self podcast is meant for entertainment purposes only. We do not make any warranties about the completeness, reliability, and accuracy of the information presented in this podcast. Any action you choose to take upon the information in this podcast is strictly done so at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses and damages in connection with the use of our podcast. Any and all medical concerns should be addressed with a licensed healthcare provider, as well as any questions that may be derived from the information discussed in this podcast.